Hello, I'm Valtari, and I'm here to discuss my situation. I'm a victim of stalking. I'm a victim of abuse. My stalker has abused me in every way possible. I've been estranged from family. I've been made homeless. I've had my animals stolen. I've had the old lady who I looked after terrified and sexually abused by her partner Gary Bannister. I've had my possessions, my life's work, 10,000 pieces of artwork and an ethnic art collection I collected as an investment thrown on a tip. I've been harassed at an NHS hospital by someone who told them that she was my sister-in-law. All these things are cruel and calculated, premeditated, malicious, and they are psychopathic. Now, I want to tell you the truth of things. I'm not mad at all, but Christian Jenkins is terribly disturbed by mental illness. In my intellectually informed opinion, she does have the same illness as her mother and her auntie and 5 other female relatives. Hereditary paranoid schizophrenia. But she also verges with antisocial personality disorder. It makes her a delusional psychopath. Christian Jenkins is the most manipulative person I have ever met. And I have met many psychopaths because my family is full of them. We are a nest of psychopaths. Thankfully, I'm not one of them. I was their victim, their favourite victim, because I'm so caring and so human that they could abuse me and I would forgive them and still love them. Now, Christian Jenkins is an abuser, and her son, Cody Jenkins, and Christian have a very inappropriate relationship. There is a history, and I am witness to it, of inappropriate touching and sexual deviancy. I think in Freudian psychology it is described as Oedipus complex. When Christiane had her breast implants at Harley Street, Cody Jenkins, at the age of 14, was mesmerized by them. While Christiane was in the grips of alcoholism and cocaine addiction that was openly done in front of her teenage son, he touched her breasts. Now, this isn't a one-off. This was normal behaviour behind closed doors. Christiane Jenkins and her son Cody Jenkins have a very sexual relationship. It's always worried me and disgusted me, but also filled me with quite a lot of fear, because you don't know what to do in a situation like that. Christiane allows her son, even from an early age, to caress, to lick, to kiss her breasts, to forcefully try to kiss his mother. They have had very intimate sexual encounters, and I'm sure that there's been more than what I've seen. Cody was ridiculed at around that age by school friends because they were aware, because it was so normal to the pair. I say the pair, the mum and son. Sometimes I think they act more like partners. In my opinion, Cody is equally as manipulative as his mother. He comes across very charming, very intelligent, and very sincere. Behind closed doors, he is abusive and he's overtly sexual. He is obsessed with sex, obsessed with alcohol, and obsessed with sexual encounter. And he uses drugs to do these things. I do not think in a modern society that a mother should allow her son to be sexual with her. And I don't think a son should be sexual with his mother. Now, this may sound far-fetched, I assure you. It's disgustingly true. There are things that ought not to be seen, and I wish I hadn't. I was unfortunately privy to a view of a very drunk Christian on Pinot Grigio and a very stoned Cody Jenkins, who is addicted to marijuana, who was told by his mother while she was laughing and acting very childish, "Oh, stop kissing. And he said, he said, your veins are sticking out, Mummy." She said, "Oh, don't. I've just had my operation. Don't, it tickles." With a terrible smirk on his face. I was absolutely, well, I didn't know what to do. Who would know what to do in a situation like that? It's quite disgusting. Anyway, it doesn't surprise me because Christian's father, Tom Jenkins, likes to sleep with teenage boys after he's got them drunk. He did that to me in Florence. Me and my mother were invited to a coach trip to Florence, Italy. And Tom Jenkins took me to the Joshua Tree in Florence and then took me to his hotel room and told me I must sleep with him in his bed. He didn't want me to wake anyone up. And he took his clothes off and, well, that's a bit disturbing. I was 14 years of age at the time. Sorry, it's making me stutter just thinking about it. And I don't think anything sexual did happen. I can't remember really. I was very, very drunk. He got me absolutely terribly drunk. And that's a bit weird. He was an art teacher. I don't think many art teachers do things like this. I know one on the Isle of Wight does. There's a rapist living on the Isle of Wight. He's another one of my abusers. He groomed me at 14 in the White Hart pub. He's an alcoholic and drug addict, and everyone knows that he latched onto me at 14, as well as he did many other boys, underage boys, and conditioned them with the drink to have his wicked way, shall we say. Christian Jenkins is not empathic or caring or considerate or moral. She doesn't care about absurdity, immorality, or sexual deviancy. She has no regard that a lad has just been hammered in the head by a stepson, neither does she care that her stepson is in prison. The only thing Christian Jenkins cares about is herself. Herself, her persona, her image, and nothing else. Now, I think that she is the most disgusting woman. I think she is quite disturbed, but I imagine having a father like Tom Jenkins is not surprising, and a schizophrenic mother, who is a lovely woman when she's medicated. When she's not, she's a knife-wielding maniac, and so is her auntie. The situations that have happened, well, I can't go into it. It's too disturbing for me to even think of. And just to explain how delusional Christian Jenkins is, she dated my brother once, over 27 years ago. That's the last time she ever had any meaning in our family, until she went too far with the drink and drugs and he had enough, moved to America. She had to be brought from Scotland by her father because she imagined giant insects were chasing her, because she'd gone into psychosis and turned to drink and ecstasy at the time it was. And she was terribly, terribly delusional. So delusional, she should have been sectioned, but people are often protected by their family who don't want to be embarrassed or have the stigma of mental illness attached, especially if there's relatives with it and they don't want the same repeat in history. Christiane is delusional, psychopathic, antisocial, narcissistic, and, of course, hereditarily, she's schizophrenic. She needs to be segregated because what she's done, with no remorse whatsoever, and the audacity to use authorities, is disgusting. The stalking charity that I'm with and have been since April 2017 are very concerned that she hasn't been stopped. Why hasn't she been stopped? Because she is that psychopathic. There are some descriptions of psychopaths where they're described as psychopath zero, and she is just that. And she's dangerous because she's delusional, because she has this schizophrenic, whether it's traits or an illness attached, that is akin to Charles Manson. She is that manipulative. And she manipulated her stepson in malice and nothing else to make him so jealous, angry, and betrayed to offer a weapon and attack another human being who is now lying in hospital. Think upon that.